to dig deep underneath.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I haven't been on here in a while. We've had a lot of things go on in our life the past month that maybe I'll talk about in the video, but I'm not really sure if I really want to do that. But I'm sure, as you can tell by the title of this video, that this is a homeschool video, kind of explaining why we decided to homeschool and what curriculum that I chose and how I actually got there. In my mind, I had a lot of different ideas about how it would look and how I wanted it to look, especially for the first year of ever doing this. I wanted to do it right. I wanted to get it right. I wanted to make sure that she was getting everything she needed at home. I didn't want her to be behind in any way, and so I just wanted to do it right. And so I wanted to pick the very best curriculum, and I've prayed about it. My husband and I prayed about it, and I really do feel like we have chosen the very best one for her. The reason why we decided to homeschool was honestly because we prayed about it, and this is what God told us to do with our children. I went to public school. I don't see anything wrong with public schools. I do think they're different now than when I was in school. Little kids hear a lot more than I feel like they probably should, and not just from their classmates, from the public education system. We just really decided we didn't want them to be part of that yet while they're little. We still have a very open mind of, you know, when they grow and when they grow up, we have no problem with them, you know, if God tells us to, them going to public school. It's not about public school. It's about being obedient to what we've been told to do by the Father. And so this is what He's told us to do with our kids, and so it's what we're going to do. So now, after saying that, I do want to show you the curriculum that we finally landed on, and we've decided that we are going to do it. I just got it all in the mail, so I'm going to try my best to explain. If you're thinking about doing this and you want to do this curriculum, I'm going to try my best to explain what it's about. Like I said, again, I've never done this. This is my first year of doing this, and so I am going to just try to explain, though, what I know of it. If you use this curriculum and you know more about this, please leave comments down below and let me know if I'm right, if I'm wrong, whatever. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Like I said, I'm new. I do welcome, I don't want to say criticism, because I don't welcome that. I do welcome anyone who knows more than me that I can learn from. I welcome that. I want that, honestly. I don't mind admitting if I don't know something. That's not who I am. I have no problem with that. And I do want to learn. I want to learn from other homeschool moms that have done it for years and have graduated kids out of homeschool. And, you know, I want the knowledge, you know, but I do not welcome hateful criticism. So if you don't agree with what we're doing with our children, that's fine. But just know your comments will not be read, and they will not be received, and they will not be shown. So we decided to go with Abeka Academy, and I want to share with you a little bit why we decided to go with Abeka. First of all, I read a lot of reviews. I went online, saw a lot of reviews about how great and amazing it was. We have some couples in our church that use Abeka Academy with their kids. Our kids are about the same age. They love it. They have some that are older that are doing it as well, and they really do love it. And so a lot of just recommendations and a lot of reviews that I read, or YouTube videos that I watched, people reviewing it and reviewing their curriculum and really loving it for their kids. And honestly, y'all, I had gone back and forth about doing it myself and teaching her myself and just getting curriculum here and there. And I had looked at all different kinds. I had looked at, oh gosh, I can't even remember. I looked at so many. I looked at so many different kinds of curriculum, and I'm telling you how many YouTube videos I watched about homeschool curriculum and what's the best, and you would not even believe how many videos I've watched on that. And so honestly, I think one day in one of our church services, I feel like God just really spoke to me about this program. My husband had used this when he went to a Christian school, and when he was in elementary, and they used Abeka. And he kind of had mentioned it a long time ago, and I was like, no, you know, I heard that's really hard. It's a lot of work for the kids. Like, I want it to be laid back, you know, and I want her to not feel pressured like she would feel in school, and especially in kindergarten. And I really feel like God spoke to me in church and really brought this back up into my heart, the Abeka Academy. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll research it and I'll, you know, look into it more, because all that was just hearsay, stuff I'd heard. And the more I researched, the more I realized, y'all, that I needed this right now, especially starting out, not really knowing what I'm doing. I needed structure. And Abeka Academy gives you that. It gives you step-by-step instructions. It gives you structure. And not necessarily so much for her. It does give her structure. It's a very structured program. It's basically like school at home. Like school in the public school at home. But it gives me structure. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there would probably be days if we didn't feel like doing it, we wouldn't do it. And I can't be like that, you know. I need a schedule, and I know if I have a schedule, I'll stick to it. I know if I have somebody telling me, okay, she has to do this and she has to turn this work in and it has to be in by this date, then I will do that for her. Like, I want her to excel and I want her to succeed at school. Just because we're homeschooling doesn't mean we are going to sleep in till 12, and you know, that's not why I'm homeschooling. Just because we're homeschooling doesn't mean we don't need structure, in my opinion. Now, some other people may be different, and they may be very disciplined on their own to do that. That's great and that's amazing. I'm not one of those people, and so I needed this. So Abeka Academy offers 2 different programs. They offer the accredited program, and they offer like independent study, I think it's what it's called. For our state, this is another reason why I chose to do this. For our state, each state has its own homeschool laws. And so for our state, we live in New Mexico, there are no requirements for homeschooling. You don't have to send in anything. You don't have to, nothing. Like, you have to fill out a form to let them know you're homeschooling your child, like where they are. But you don't have to send in any like progress reports. You don't have to send any papers. You don't have to send in anything like that. You just have to let them know you're homeschooling your kid, and that's it. You know, every year you have to send in that paper to let them know you're homeschooling, but that's it. And there's no, like, when they graduate, they don't get a diploma. They would have to go and get their GED. And excuse me. And I really didn't want that for them. I wanted a program, you know. I wanted it to be legit like school, but for them to not be exposed to the things that they can be exposed to at school. So that was our reasoning, you know. And Abeka Academy gives you that with the accredited program. Now, with the independent study, it's like you can use some of their stuff, and then you can use other curriculums from different, you know, companies here and there, and you can kind of pull your own thing into it and make your own curriculum. But it's not accredited through them. So we do in the accredited program, which means she will have progress reports. I will send in progress reports, and they will send a report card every 6 weeks. And they will grade papers. She will have to send in papers. She will have to test. Those tests will have to be graded, you know, have to be sent in. I will grade them, obviously, but they'll have to be sent in, sent back for approval. And at the end, if she follows through with this through her whole, and she never winds up going to public school, and she does this, she will have the opportunity to have a high school diploma. She will also have the opportunity, both my girls will have the opportunity to actually go to Pensacola, Florida, where the school is. And it's a Christian-based school. I can't remember the name of it, but it's where the Abeka program, somebody can, I'm sure, can correct me in the comments, but it's where the Abeka program originated from, and they wrote the curriculum. They write the curriculum. They use the curriculum in their school. So it's like it's where it originated from. It's in Pensacola. She will have the opportunity to go there, meet her teachers, cap and gown, walk across the stage, and get a diploma just like every other student. And that right now, and I'm not saying in the future, that may not be important to me, and it may not be important to her, but right now it's important because it's structure and it's discipline, and that's what we need. Also, when I was just kind of willy-nilly doing, gonna teach her myself, I thought, gosh, how will I know if she's behind? How will I know if, she's where she needs to be? And I'm not saying that all that stuff is important, because I know that kids learn at different rates, and I'm not going to be like, you should be reading, or you should know this and you should know that. That's not how we're going to be, but I do want to know if we're in school where we're supposed to be, or if we're behind. I want her to be caught up. And so I won't be teaching her myself. We're doing the DVD program. So they sent DVDs, which I didn't grab those. They came in 2 different boxes. The DVDs came first, and then all the curriculum came in a separate box. But they send a DVD for every day. So she will have a teacher. She'll have a kindergarten teacher. She will actually sit in a classroom, like a virtual classroom, and she'll learn that way. So she actually has a qualified teacher teaching her, and I just am like an aide. So I'm like a teacher's aide, basically, is my role. So I have to, if she has any questions, I help her, or I grade her papers, I grade her test, I grade all her stuff. If she needs extra help, that's where I come in. And honestly, y'all, I feel way more confident in doing that than actually teaching her everything myself. So I'm really excited about this program. Like I said, my thoughts may change in the future when she gets older, or things may change. But as of right now, I'm very, very excited about the Abeka program and Abeka Academy. So I want to show you now all the stuff that we got, and I'm going to try my best to explain what each thing is and what it's for. But first, let me get my dog, because she's barking outside my door and my little one is asleep. I don't want her to wake her up. I'm not sure how it all came bound together in a book. And like I said, I got 2 different boxes. So all the DVDs came first, and then all the curriculum came in a separate box the next day. And I got it. I ordered all the curriculum, signed her up, enrolled her, all of that in one day. And then I think I got all of this within a week. So it was really, really fast. So this little my blend book came, and it just kind of teaches them. I'll kind of flip through a little bit, but this is a lot of stuff to kind of flip through, so I'm not gonna waste a lot of your time. But I do, if you're interested in this, I really do kind of want you to see what it looks like. It's very colorful, very good for kindergartners, kind of just teaches them to use. And then she got all these readers, all these little readers to read, and they're not thick at all. They're like little magazines, basically. But so they're just like little books that she will eventually read. But look how, I really like how colorful they are, and the pictures are great. Like, the quality is amazing. Get these alphabet flashcards, And then they get the mini Bible memory cards. And they have the C, and then they have so they have a letter, and they each have a memory verse that goes with this letter. If you didn't know, Abeka Academy is a Christian-based school. So all of this is based on the Bible and Christian faith. So that was another reason why it was very important for us to go with this. Because that's a big deal to us. It's how we live our lives. We're Christians, and we want to do things Jesus's way. So this is what we're doing. These are number cards, so they're really thin. They look like this, and they just have like dots of every number like on the back. So there's that. These came in the mail. These are mine. These are just like manila envelopes. There's 7 of them in here, so this is what her work will go back in. This is the K5 video manual, the home teacher materials. So basically these are her progress reports that I will have to fill out and send in. It kind of tells you how to grade. Like it kind of gives you you know, basically A, B, C, D, F, you know, that's how you grade. It tells you kind of how to grade the papers. They're in kindergarten, so don't give them an A+ for penmanship, because they're kindergartners. They're just learning how to write, so they're not going to have an A+. Basically, it tells you not to be hard, but to be realistic with your grading system. And because it's your kid, don't just kind of give them A's, you know. And these are the progress reports, which I'm guessing, yes. Okay, so this is the progress report that I would send in to the school. And then on the back side of that, this is the white copy I keep for myself. So I'll fill both of these out. This one will go to the school. This one will stay with me for my records, just so I know. And then when they get this, they will send her back a report card based on the progress reports that I send in. And obviously the work that is sent in, so they can see how she's doing and not just taking my word for it because I'm her mom. This is the manual I was telling you about. And this is geared for, when you read it, it reads like you're talking to a classroom, because this curriculum goes into a lot of Christian schools. A lot of Christian schools use this curriculum, so they kind of tell you an outline of how to do everything every day. This is the lesson plan. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but basically this is lesson 1. So this is where we'll start, and it tells you each thing you're going to be doing every single day. So you're going to start with Bible, and then you're going to start with skill development, and then you're going to do phonics, writing, activity time, numbers, phonics review, and language enrichment. And so this is the video teacher in this column. This is everything she'll be doing. It just gives you an outline of what she'll be teaching your child on the video. And then these are your responsibilities over here. So this is what you're supposed to back her up with, basically. So when she's teaching, this is some things you can say and you can encourage your student with. And see, it is basically done for a classroom, because this says teach students how to sit and stand up and line up, explain restroom, snacks, lunch, and dismissal procedures, check the instructions are being followed, check that the students are participating with the video class. So it is really some things that I will do, but obviously I won't make her stand up and line up. Like, who's she gonna line up with? You know what I'm saying? It's just her right now. So there will be things that we won't do in here, because they're obviously meant for a classroom full of students. So next, what came was these books. So Letters and Sounds, K5. This is the teacher's key. So basically this has all the answers in it. I mean, hopefully, y'all, I would know this stuff. It's kindergarten. I mean, I'm glad they sent this, but I would hope I would know kindergarten math, and I would know kindergarten letter sounds. But you know, you never know. Maybe they teach it a different way. So I have the teacher key. I have all the answers to the book. So there's that. And this is her workbook. So this is like that same thing, but without the answers in it. So let me show you what it looks like. Like I said, it's really, really colorful and nice. Like, I just feel like this is very kindergarten, you know, like it's gonna keep them really interested. Lots of pictures, lots of color. I just feel like they need that, you know. There's also this one. So this is the same thing, numbers, but this is the numbers one. So this is the teacher's key. So I got all the answers. This is, like I said, the same thing as that. This is her workbook. So this is the same thing without all the answers in it. So she'll fill all this out and send in what she needs to send in. So this is number skills. This is like science. So this is God's world. They teach creation. They teach God's creation. And it's really cool. It has, like I said, very, very colorful. Then they also send you this social studies K5 worksheets, community helpers, America, our great country, and children of the world. So they send you this. Like I said, this isn't on the lesson plans every single day. So I'm guessing it's not every single day. It's just different days. But they have like little mazes in here. It tells you all about the different countries, the different states. It tells you about doctors and teachers and how to wash your hands and, you know, what doctors do and how to brush your teeth and that kind of stuff. They also have K5 Bible activity book. So Bible is one of the recommended thing, or one of the required things for the accredited program. So if you do the accredited program, you have to do everything on their list in order to be accredited. So in order to eventually kind of graduate through Abeka Academy, you have to meet all their requirements. And Bible is one of those, which is fine. Bible is every single day. So this workbook, I don't think is something that they'll have to do every day, because it's not on that plan, the manual teacher planner thing. But it's just a lot of worksheets on stories of the Bible. Then it came with this, Think and Learn K5. This is basically a workbook that helps them kind of figure out problems. So it gives them a situation, it gives them kind of problems, and it asks them what they would do. This one is like, circle the children who are not safely playing on the playground. So yeah, stuff like that. Which way is the correct way to do things, you know, to stay safe, to be safe. How to read a map of a home, you know, just stuff like that. So basically just kind of like think and learn. Exactly what it says. Kind of just to get them thinking, like, you know, in their brain, how they would do things, how they would solve problems, what would they do, you know. So I really like this. So there's that. And there's also this big old book. This is a big book. This is the art project K5. So I don't know that they'll have an art project every day, probably not. With as big as this book is, you would think they would, but they don't. But this just has a lot of different cutouts, things to do, you know, for every season. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, you know, stuff like that. And then this is her number writing tablet. So basically this is just repetitive writing over and over and over again, just to you know, get them used to writing their numbers. So basically all it is a tablet. where they write their numbers over and over and over and over again. Because you know you don't ever get good at anything unless you practice at it. And then honestly, like I said before, if you do Abeka, if you have done Abeka before, please let me know in the comments below what this means, because I'm not sure why there are 2 of these. So let me show you this one first. So this is a writing tablet, and yes, it's cursive. Yes, for kindergarten. They teach them to start out learning to write cursive, which at first I was kind of like, man, that's kind of a lot, you know, because they're just trying to figure out how to write, period. But I read, or maybe a friend of mine who does Abeka, I think she was the one that told me, she felt the same way, and the reason why they do this is because it helps them to read more fluently. So when you write in cursive, all the words flow together. They're not chopped up and broke up. And so the letters aren't chopped up and broke up. So it does help them to read more fluently. And so I really like that. And if they're gonna start doing cursive, why not start it in kindergarten, where they soak up everything like a sponge and they learn everything, you know? Anyway, so this is her writing tablet for cursive. Also, if you do the Abeka accredited program, you have to do cursive. They do have a manuscript option, so that would be print, but it's under the independent study, so it would not be a part of their accredited program. But so basically it's just like the numbers tablet. This is just learning to write the letters in cursive. So that's what this is. So now here's my question. Why do I have this and this? To me, this is the same thing. But I know there's a purpose for this. I'm not questioning their method. But there is a purpose for this. I'm just not sure what it is, because it's writing with phonics cursive. It's the same thing. I've looked at it. It's just them writing. Oh, maybe it's because they're writing sentences. Oh, well. Maybe that's why. Maybe they're just not writing letters in here. They're not. That's what it is. So they're writing a story. Hello. If I would look at it a little bit more, I wouldn't need anybody's help. I'm just kidding. I need help. So it kind of gives them like a little picture up here, and then it helps them write their B's, and then it helps them write Bob, and then it helps them write Ben, and then it helps them write Bob and Ben go fast. So it helps them kind of create a story to this picture up here, which is really cool. And the very last thing that this curriculum came with were flashcards, big, huge flashcards. And they are cursive lettered flashcards. They do show them in manuscript or a print. They show them in print, and then they show them the difference, or show them what it looks like in cursive, which I thought was really cool, because a lot of times it looks way different. And so like this B, that looks nothing like that, you know. So it's showing them they're actually having to kind of learn the letters again. I mean, you can tell this kind of looks like this, but these two don't look nothing alike, you know. And so they are kind of having to learn what the letters kind of look like all over again. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing this coming August. We start school August the 12th. Yeah, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer what I can. If I dig in and do a little bit more research on this curriculum. But what I have studied and what I do know is that I really like it. It's going to be good for us and for our family, especially for this first year of homeschooling. And I know she's really going to like it. We've already kind of been through all of these books, and she's really excited about doing it. I mean, she really can already blend sounds and read. So, but I think she'll do really good with this, and it will teach her a lot more, and it probably will teach her in different ways. And so that's always good. It's always good to learn something different ways, I feel like, and not kind of be stuck in a box. And that was another reason why we wanted to homeschool, because we wanted to be able to free think. And not that kids who are in public school can't, but you are taught to do it one certain way. And I know around here they do, once they get up older in the grades, they do the Common Core math where it's done one way, and even if you get the right answer but you've worked it out a different way, it's wrong. And so I'm not about that life, y'all. I'm just not. Like, if you get the right answer, it doesn't matter to me how you got it. How you learned how to get it and how it clicks in your brain is going to be different from how it clicks in someone else's brain. And so as long as you get the right answer and you know it and it clicks for you, that's all I care about. You know, and honestly, like I said, I don't know that I can't sit here and say this will always work for us and this is what we're going to do until she graduates. I mean, I would like to say that. Right now, my heart is for that and I really want that for her. But if God tells us to do something else, we'll do something else, you know. That's how we do it around here. We try to listen and we try to obey. Would you ever consider homeschooling your child? That would be a really cool thing to know, because I know a lot of parents say, and I said this forever, I would never do that. Like, I could not do that. I could not stay at home with my kids all day. I could not, like, I need them to leave. I need them to go to school. I need them to, like, I need time to myself. And I get that. I get that too. But never say never, because I have said never about a lot of things, and every time I eat my words. So I would say never, but I would like to know, would you ever consider homeschooling your kid? Would that be something that you'd be interested in? If you had the opportunity to do it, would you do it? Yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, we are coming back. We're going to do more videos, more vlogs of our family. And so, yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to ring the bell to be notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.